Hey everyone, Jonathan Lindsay here at Tapestry Music, and very excited today to have the brand new EVH 5150III 6L6 Hypersonic combo in the shop. Now this is a brand new product from EVH, and this is EVH dipping its toes into the digital realm. So this is pretty exciting. If you're familiar with Fender's Tone Master series, where they've taken classic Fender tube amps and updated them with today's digital technology, then this will be familiar to you. Same basic idea. They've taken an existing EVH amp, the 5150III 6L6 50 watter, and given it the digital makeover. So that rather than tubes, we've got a digital Class D power amp in there, and it's simulating all of the tube goodness, but in all the features of the digital amps, which is pretty neat. So we've got our 3 channels that the 5150 normally has. We've got the green channel, which is the cleanish one, the blue channel, the tight rhythm, and the red channel, which is your really high gain channel. We've got a reverb, we've got an effects loop. All of that is controlled from the foot switch with the 5 buttons there, but there's some neat stuff on the back panel that you don't get on the tube amp. We've got the attenuator built in, so you've got, I think, 5 different stages of attenuation, so you can let this thing roar at a full 50-watt equivalent, or you can wind it down to bedroom levels and still let it rip at very quiet levels. So that's a really neat feature. And then also a feature that we're utilizing today, you might notice we don't have a microphone in front of here. We've got an XLR cable plugged in the back through the simulated cab out. So it's got cabinet simulation and microphone modeling in there. You've got a switch to turn off the microphone modeling. I think there's a 57 and then a ribbon mic. We've got it on channel 1, which I think is the 57. And so you're hearing that direct sound coming straight into your speakers. We can run that with the speaker on, or we can run it standby as well. So if you wanted to do a silent stage type of thing, you can do that. And that's something you definitely can't do with a tube amp. So that's pretty cool. And then other differences between the standard ones. Actually, something that is different with this than the Tone Masters is a lot of the Tone Masters use neodymium magnets. And that's a lot of that is to save weight on the speakers. Now they did save some weight on this one, but they went with a traditional speaker. This has got the Celestion EVH speaker in there, which is a really nice speaker. I have that one of my personal cabs, and it sounds really nice. So it's a regular guitar speaker in here. It's not a full range speaker. It's not a neodymium speaker. The cabinet is baffled and reinforced to give the sound that they want. And it comes in at 39 pounds. So it's definitely a lot lighter than the tube combo. It looks big, but when you pick it up, it doesn't feel that bad. So you could take this down the block if you really needed to. So let's get into some of the tones on here. We'll start off with the green channel, which is the clean-ish channel. I'll try and get some clean tones out of here, but let's face it, whoever's buying a 5150 is not really after it for the clean tones. I'm plugging in a Charvel Pro Mod Plus San Dimas today, and this one's got a Duncan 59 in the neck and a JB in the bridge. Let's go over to the green channel. All right, so we got the concentric knobs here. The green channel is the black knobs on the bottom. So you do have to be a little careful as you're adjusting these. Now, to get a pure clean tone, especially with humbuckers, you've only got a limited range in here. Let's check this out. So pretty clean, pretty pristine. That's got the reverb on there. I can throw in the effects loop. I've got a Source Audio Nemesis delay in here on the digital setting. Let's check that out. So that sounds really nice. This channel starts to really get into the good stuff once you get a little bit past here though. So let's juice up that gain a little bit, get a little bit of hair on there, and check that out. So you can hear there's just a little bit of dirt around the edges there. I'll have to kind of adjust the output volume as I go here because I'm going to tweak that a little bit. So it's starting to get nice and round, and that is about 9 or 10 o'clock on the gain. So if we go up a bit further from here, now we're getting into overdriven clean channel territory. That's a really nice tone to play around with. And it just gets better as we kind of bring that up. Now we're up to just about 3 o'clock. Let's check this out. So as we get up into the higher gain ranges, now we're crossing over into sort of the territory that the blue channel picks up on. So let's switch over to the blue channel and check this out. So the blue channel shares the same knobs as the green channel, but they're concentric pots. So the chicken head knobs on top are for the blue channel. This is the tight gain channel. This is everybody's favorite channel for the tube version of this one. So let's see how this works in the digital context here. And keeping a relatively neutral EQ on these just so you can check that out, but I'll experiment with the mids knobs a bit because everyone's going to want to hear that. So here we are. Plenty of gain on that channel, and that is about in the middle. Let's back it down a little bit and see if it'll clean up a bit. So that's about as low gain as you're going to get from the blue channel. So if you want anything less than that, green channel is where you want to be at. It's got nice tone there, but when we get it back up in the middle, it's definitely nice and juicy. Now let's check out what that mid knob does. Here we are back up kind of noonish on the gain. Here's mids down at about 9 o'clock, so we're scooping them out a bit. And the other way, because Eddie loves his mids, here we are at about 3 o'clock. All right, now in addition to the EQ controls, we've also got a global resonance and a global presence. So let's check those out. Right now I've had the resonance up at about 3 o'clock. If we back that down, let's say to 9 o'clock, here that is. So you can hear a lot of that low end kind of disappears. If we had the amp cranked up a lot more, that might be a nice cutting through sort of thing, but it definitely feels nice with that resonance back up there. Here's resonance right in the middle. Ooh, the sustain. And resonance maxed. So there's your resonance knob. I'll stick that back in the middle. Presence knob. This amp has a lot of presence potential. I've had the presence knocked back from noon just a little bit. Here it is right in the middle. Here we are. Let's go the other way this time. Here is 3 o'clock. So extra bright. That is very bright. You're definitely going to cut through a mix with that one. Bit too much of a chainsaw for my liking. Let's go the other way. Darken it down. Here is 9 o'clock. Definitely much more old school and vintagey. I'll stick that one back up pretty close to noon for the rest of this. And there is a reverb on here as well, I should mention. The reverb is surprisingly powerful. Now, I've had the reverb at about 9, 10 o'clock. Let's put it down to a bit of a lower setting for you. Here is, I'm so bad with clocks. 9 o'clock. So fairly short there. If we go up to noon on the reverb, it gets pretty big pretty fast. So that's only halfway. If we go up to about 3/4 of the way, about 3 o'clock on the good old clock. Big, big, huge decay. And just for the sake of argument, here is full reverb. Pretty fun if you want to get into some textural sort of stuff. I did throw the Nemesis delay on there right in the end, just because I couldn't resist it. Okay, we've got one more channel to go. And for this one, I'm going to turn the reverb right off because we're heading into the red channel. So this is the highest gain out of the channels. Now, it has probably more gain than any human would ever need, but it's there. So let's check it out. This is plenty of gain. That is going to give you sustain for a long time. If I go lower, let's see how little gain we can get on the red channel. Still plenty of gain, but it is really sweet and tasty. So there's definitely, if you're not looking for maximum gain, there's still some really nice tones you can get out of there. Let's put this back up in the middle. And all right, let's see how far this will go. Here is 3/4 of the way up, 9 o'clock. Lots of gain, and here's all the way. I mean, gain for days. It's kind of silly, but it's a lot of fun. I'm going to stick it back in the middle. Let's check out the mid knob, because everyone's going to really want to know what's going on with the mids, and maybe we'll crank the resonance somewhere here too, and let's see how far this thing will chug. All right, mids in the middle right now. Now let's bring the mids down to about 9 o'clock on the dial there. And no mids at all. And let's crank up the resonance and see what happens here. There's going to be like 0 mids at all. All right, so this can definitely be a fire-breathing monster if you want it to, with a lot of tones everywhere in between. So, one last feature I want to talk about is that every single channel has its own noise gate, which is a pretty cool thing. And if you're using all the gain on here, you're probably going to run into some noise issues, and even with humbuckers. So each one has a little dial on top that you can dial how much noise gate. And I've had this noise gate on, currently on the red channel, a little bit past noon. And I'm going to take it all the way off here. Right away you can hear a bunch of hiss come in. I've got the guitar off right now. Then you can hear it fade away. So with the guitar playing, pretty noisy. That's about 10 o'clock. Still reasonably noisy. Now if we get up to noon, it starts quieting up a whole lot. Even with the guitar just live and running, the noise floor is a lot lower, so that's really cool. And if we want to crank this thing, let's see. can be pretty much virtually silent with the guitar live. So there you go, really powerful noise gate that's channel specific as well, so that's really cool. Maximum settings, you're going to lose probably a bit of your tone, a bit of your top end, but in the middle, kind of noonish, it's super useful. And I've never used a lot of noise gates myself, but I could see myself really using that because it's just so nice when you finish your riff and it's not full of buzz and all that sort of stuff. So all in all, I think we've got a really cool amplifier here. This is the first one they've released in this Hypersonic series, which leads me to believe there's going to be a lot more down the pipes. This one's the 6L6 version. As you know, they have lots of different versions of the EVH amplifiers. So down the road, I think we'll probably end up seeing heads for this, hopefully. Maybe we'll see the Stealth version, maybe the EL34 version. Who knows? I hope a lot more amp companies get on this bandwagon as well, because it's a nice sort of melting pot of digital technology and having a physical amplifier. So very cool. Kudos to EVH for putting this one out, and available right away. Check it out, Tapestry Music online. Come in the shop, take it for a spin yourself, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.